It's Christmas time again. For the girls, I'm making hand molds and I'm putting them in jars, I guess. Jars. I haven't figured that part out yet. I got the hands made. I'll show you that soon. Today I'm starting on a gentleman's valet. If you don't know what one is, your grandfather probably had one, your dad had one, you might even have one. These are gentleman valets. You hang your suit jacket on it. It's just like a chair, but you hang your suit jacket on it, your pants. Like this one here is what I'm going to attempt, but it's not going to look like that. My design's different. I know you can't tell my chicken scratches quite yet, but it's going to be 16 inches tall, 20 inches wide, 16 inches deep on the legs. So the first thing I'm going to cut is the legs. Now if you've ever built a chair, it's got to be square or it'll teeter. So I'm using my miter saw and I'm going to cut my 16-inch legs out, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to attempt that right there on the legs. And the reason I'm going 10 inches up is because the box that I'm building is a 1x6, and it's going to make the box so it's 6 inches down from the seat. So let's give this a whirl and see what happens. My legs cut. Now I'm going to make the template so all four legs are the same. So I'm going to come down 10 inches from here. I'm going to come down 10 inches. I'll draw a line. I want this about 1.5 inches wide here when I'm at the finish of the curve. And then 1.5 inches on the foot down here. This would be the foot. So I want to come down halfway from there. Well, let me figure it out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got it all figured out now. I come down 6 inches for my box and 1.5 inches up. That left me an 8.5. So then I measured 4 1/4 down, and that's my center line. Then 3/4 out each way for 1.5 inches, leaving it in the middle. And then now to draw this curve, don't laugh because it's kind of funny. I took this piece of hose and I laid it down in the corners. Anyway, and then I laid it down in the corners and followed the contour of that hose, and it worked. So, you know, whatever it takes to make it work. I'll probably shave this right here a little bit so it ain't quite so I don't know what I'll do with the corners right now. May just sand them around. But there is my leg. Now I'll cut this out. I'll cut all this out. I'll lay it down on top of my 2x4, trace it, and cut it. So we'll see what, I'll do all four of them like this. There's one leg cut out. I put the saw at about a 30-degree angle. That way it comes out kind of swooping out like that. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty even. Not bad for just laying a hose on it. But boy, is it a bitch cutting a freaking 2x4 with a jigsaw. Takes a little while, but let the saw do the work. And we're good. So there's one leg done. 3 more to go. Woo. Okay. Here is one cross member with the legs on it. It ain't screwed together yet. See that? I cut that notch out. But I didn't cut it out halfway into that. I wanted to leave a little bit of a ridge there, so I only cut it 1/2 inch deep on each one. That left me that, well, you'll see it better when it's together, but see, that leaves me a little bit of a profile line. But when I get it screwed together, you'll see it. You'll understand a little better. So, and they're square. Now this piece back here is for the back, for the back of it. Now this isn't a chair. This is like a seat. So the back is going to be 2x2s, and I'm going to try and see how an angle. See if I can angle it up. See the angle I've cut into this right here. That way it doesn't, the jacket doesn't hang down over the pants, over everything. It's kind of set back a little bit, but the hanger will be straight. But there's 1/2 of it. So we're on our way. Still, I'm just going to sand this down. I like the way them look. Got that angle to it. Sticks out. It's pretty cool. And then the box itself will support the front. I won't have 2x4 in the front of it. But the box will actually be the front support. Possibly. Hey, bro. Huh? Hey, bro. Huh? Come here. Come here. Good boy. Daddy's helper. Well, here's all the parts for the chair. Just the seat part, I mean, not the chair. 4 legs, 2x4s, 16 inches long. Then I've got the cross members here. They go across. They're 16 inches from there to there. I cut a 5-degree angle for the uprights there, and that's on both of them. There's my uprights, 2x2s. Then for the cross members for the front and the back, there's one of them. I still have to cut it down, but I took this 2x2, and this is the one going to be in the front, and left it square on the ends and planed it down to round in the middle, and then it goes back out to square. This one here is going in the back, and it's a 1x2 fairing strip, and I've kind of done the same, but I got to cut it down. And I'm getting ready to screw them together. The screws for the legs will be going in through the back side, back here, countersink them, and then I'll putty them so you don't even see them. These cross members here go down on the legs, down in here, and I will use wooden dowels and glue to hold them in. And those will be 20 inches going across. And then I cut out the box out of that 1x6 there. Right, Road? And we got some cutting to do. Huh? We got some cutting to do. Yeah. You gonna help Daddy? You gonna help Daddy? I know you are. He's a good helper. Gives me somebody to talk to. But we're on our way to putting this together. I like the way them legs turned out. For 2x4s, that ain't bad. See that angle I cut on them? With a jigsaw. Because poor guys don't have big tools. We have to use what we got. Well, here it is. It's just clamped together right now. But you might be able to get an idea about how it looks. That's the box there that the lid's going to go on. And then these pieces here, these long pieces, will go on back here like that. It's kind of hard to tell, but let me get over here a little bit. See, then these pieces here will go on here, and then the hanger will go up there on top of that at a 5-degree angle. But I got to cut the lid out yet. Once I cut the lid out, then I got to put in these little things here, little supports, and they'll go right there. I'm going to round off the middle and leave the end square. This isn't them, but this will give you an idea about how it's going to look. So it's a good thing he's short, because 16-inch stool, boy, that's not very tall for a regular person, but you know, for a little short guy, it'll work. Just to sit on to put your shoes on or whatever anyway. Oh, and I need to put a cross rod in for the pants about halfway up. But there you go. And you kind of get a more of an idea about what I'm doing here. I like them legs. I think them legs came out real nice. But I'll screw that on right there where it sits. I'll do that tomorrow because I'm getting a little tuckered right now. So then I'll sand it up. So that's the first part of the building process. I think I'm gonna put felt inside there. I'll put the good size of plywood underneath, you know, in case some little kid crawls under there or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna put black felt inside of it. So it's coming along. Okay, I just got this cross member here put on. That is for the seat to sit on, or the box. Got my cross members in. So I'm getting ready to sand the inside of this now, so I don't have to struggle with it later. You can see the box, which is here, will sit in here, and it'll be, the bottom will be sitting on this brace right here. Still haven't figured out what to do with my uprights. I think I got a plan, but not exactly sure. So after I sand everything down, I'm going to put the box in, and then I'll show you that part. Okay, today I have got the top on. I've got the key, turn the key, the lock, unlocks, and it lifts up. Oop, there's a problem. See that? That's hitting that upright. So we're going to have to cut that a little bit more. Wait a minute, we'll just change the angle a little bit. There, the chain's all the way up. See, I got the lock. I had to put some shims behind it to make it go down a little further. I took a door stop and mounted it. Now I've got to change that angle. I'm glad I put this door on first. I never even knew that was going to happen. But we can change it. We'll do that tomorrow. And then I have to put the felt inside of here. I had to put them hinges on there. I wanted hinges that you couldn't see the hinge at all, but I couldn't find any, so I had to settle for these cabinet hinges, or chest hinges, because I wanted it flush in the back. But these chest hinges will work. Put a chain on it, close it, lock it, groovy. Unlock it, key out, bada bam, bada boom. So tomorrow we're gonna have to change that. You're gonna have to fix this. And then right here I'll put a rod for pants. And then my 89-cent hanger will fit right up on top of there. It fits just perfect too when I get the other one up there. So I think I'm gonna quit for tonight, and coming along pretty decent. It's almost done. Here it is, gentleman's valet. The only thing I have to do yet is I'm going to put some teak oil on it. I got the coat hanger on the top, pants rail, got the lift box. I'm going to line this with felt, the chain, hinges, lock. It's all sanded. It's got a couple of rough places, but like in the lid, see that little spot there in the middle? But that's what makes it homemade. We're gonna turn this around a little bit. See the way them legs come out? Pretty happy with that part. But as soon as I get the oil on it, which I'm getting ready to do now, at least put some on it, see what it looks like. Then I'll show you what the other two presents are. And people ask me why I do this, why I make the kids Christmas for them instead of buying them stuff. And originally it was to show them that you don't have to go out and spend money to give them, you know, a Christmas. That's what Christmas is, you know. And it means more to them. They hold on to this stuff a lot longer than they held on to anything that I ever bought them. So it just means something to them. It's something for me to do. I think this thing turned out pretty decent. Pretty decent. Ended up cutting this hanger here thing was a little tougher to put on than I thought it would be, but the angles I had to sand on, but now someday, who knows, I'll build him a little something to put up on top of here. Little change thing, but I just ain't got the time right now. It's 2 days before Christmas. I still got to get this thing sealed. So I'll show you the end result when I'm done. Here it is, Christmas Day. Here's the other two. Took hand molds, and you can find hand mold making on YouTube. There's all kinds of sites or places that show you how to do it. So I did it, and I put one of them. This is a fish bowl, and the top is this right here. It was cut. I cut it right here. Cut it right here with a glass cutter. Flipped it over, and it fits right in there. That's pretty cool. And those are all Indian beads in there. Indian beads at the bottom. This one here is just a wire basket I found at a flea market. Just a simple wire basket. And the wife took and decorated all this, made this wreath, put all this grass in here, put the little butterfly on it. So I think those turned out pretty well. Pretty well. Now my kids will have my hand with them till they break it. Now for the other thing, let's get this out of the way. Now this is what you've been watching me build. Let's unlock it. See, it's got a little lock on it. And this is how it turned out. Got the hanger on the top, rod for the pants, got a lock, open it up. It's all lined with felt. Got chains. That's all of this stocking stuff. And then I took those keys and had a little magnetic box right here, and I screwed underneath here, I screwed a wire or a little bearing on the bottom down there, and then I just stick this box to it in case he ever loses his key. Just like that. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I put teak oil on it. So, I mean, he could still polyurethane it if he wants. But legs, everything turned out real well. Now he's got a place to put his policeman shirt and pants, shoes underneath, shoe polish, gun inside the cabinet, the whole deal. So there we go. That's what the kids are doing for Christmas. Got the hands. And I used the same hand that I chopped my finger off of this crooked finger. That's what hand I used, so they know it was me. So that's it. And they all liked them. So give it a shot. You might be able to make it.